Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, like, dislike, comment, resub, subscribe. Just barking orders at you now. For today's video, there was an article I read on the Metro the other day inside the influencer MLM multi-level marketing scheme that peddles more than just an Insta-perfect life. And I mean, the Metro have done my work for me here. It's pretty interesting. I did a video previously on what it was like working in a MLM, and I also worked in a pyramid scheme and how cult-like they are. So check out that video up here somewhere if you want. So I feel like I'm a good authority to talk about these cults, which is what they are. If you're just getting started with the breakaway movement, you don't have to tell your friends or your family about this business. Instant red flag. Joining a business and they're like, you don't need to tell your friends or family because your friends and family will probably try to talk you out of it. With her friendly voice and big smile, Amelia Whelan delivers this line as part of a social media training video called Overcoming Criticism and Negativity. Overcome criticism by not allowing any criticism, by telling no one anything ever. That's actually brilliant. The 25-year-old wellness entrepreneur goes on to say, usually when people don't understand something, they say it's not practical and tries to talk you out of things. It's a sad reality, but it's the truth. It's all a big conspiracy to keep you, the little man or woman or person, down. Amelia is the founder of the breakaway movement, BAM, which boasts 4,000 plus members around the world, calling themselves the BAM fam. I hate them. I hate this. Should I join and be part of the BAM fam? Video idea. Their business ethos is simple. Break away from everything and everyone you know to live the life of your dreams. Scroll through the Lifestyle Influencers Instagram page and you'll discover standard wellness content. Drinking from a coconut on a beach, smoothie bowls on wicker tables in Bali, sunrise yoga on a mountaintop. But scrape away the layers and you'll eventually discover what Amelia's breakaway movement is ultimately about. Multi-level marketing. Specifically, $5,000 water filters. Yes, you read that right. Made by the Enagic company. Enagic. The machines are said to produce ionized alkaline and acidic waters for electrolysis, something they've trademarked as Kangen water, along with the suggestion that it's far healthier from the stuff you get from the tap. I read somewhere that's the whole alkaline and acidic water, pH balanced water thing is incorrect. I don't drink it anyway, so I don't actually care to know, but I read somewhere that it's not true, and then it, like, if your water did have a different pH scale, you'd get ill. I don't know. I'm sure someone in the comments probably knows, so either argue for or against alkaline and acidic water down in the comment section below, and I won't look at the comments because I am overcoming criticism and negativity by not looking at anything slightly resembling criticism ever. It's called the Gabby Hanna approach. However, product price tag aside, Amelia's venture is nothing like the usual rabid recruiting schemes that have plagued our Facebook pages throughout lockdown with promises of extra cash for selling candles, or, as per the current Corrie double glammy storyline involving Sean and Daisy, make up to mates. Sign up to the BAM fam and you'll join those already touted on the site in a video as incredible humans who made the choice to pivot from their old lifestyle that was no longer serving them and design their new reality. Wow, it's getting quantum over in the BAM fam. This new reality includes invites to week-long 6,000 grand retreats, or 1/5 water filters sold. So bargain, really. Of which there has been 2 to date in idyllic locations, which include subconscious reprogramming, and you're telling me this isn't a cult, hypnosis, law of attraction, that is standard MLM, let's call it MLM. That is standard MLM stuff, law of attraction. And polyamory workshops. Forgive me for being ignorant, but what does polyamory or even monogamy have to do with making money and selling water filters? Unless maybe you have to throw in a little bit of sex on the side to sell a 6 grand water filter, I don't see the relevance of a polyamory workshop. plant medicine and meditation ceremonies and holistic healing. In fact, last year, at a time when most of the globe was going into lockdown, BAM hosted their first ever business mastery retreat called The Vortex. That doesn't sound super villain ominous at all. That sounds like a Jeff Bezos workshop. People get sucked in and they never come out. Is that what they mean by vortex? Brilliant. Taking place in the Mentawai Islands off of the west coast of Indonesia. At first glance, it's easy to see the allure. All of their publicity, bump, seems to be hooked on the idea that members end up hanging out in tropical paradises, eating fresh fruit, swimming in the ocean and smiling a lot, all whilst making lots of money. You're being told that if you're part of the movement, you can work remotely, in paradise if you want, have flexible hours, and on top of everything, be more healthy. It taps perfectly into the wellness movement, which is hugely popular right now, explains fraud and security awareness trainer James Bohr. What an unfortunate surname. Would-be members are enticed by the idea of, I'm just slagging off everyone today, living a luxury, wholesome life, and selling it to others. But at the end of the day, if something seems too good to be true, it is. Underneath it all, this is still a classic MLM, and the only people who are really living the dream are the founders, as it's all about getting money through those they recruit. However, schemes like this are rarely sustainable, so eventually it will burn out and collapse. To be part of the BAM lifestyle utopia, members simply pay $33 a month, which is a bargain, really. Think of how many water filters you could buy if you're only paying $33 a month. All monetary values are given in so-called angel numbers, which are specific sequences some people believe are messages from angels. I'm enjoying myself too much here. You know, for someone that believes in literal fourth dimensional lizard people, you would think that I wouldn't have much room to mock here, but oh, I do. This fee covers access to their entire training platform, which has over 400 hours of exclusive transformational content, which includes tutorial videos from how to launch an online business to photo editing. I mean, can't believe I'm saying this, but to have the entire Adobe suite costs about like 40 to 50 quid, pounds a month. So, you know, $33 a month. What's that, like 20 quid? Let's work it out. £23. I'm a genius. £23 a month, and you get to learn how to photo edit. Not too shabby, is it? I am not endorsing this MLM. Don't join it. However, before you can actually start selling the 5k water filter systems, you have to buy your own Kangen water machine, meaning that BAM recruits have to also shell out thousands of dollars, while established members, i.e. those who recruited them, make an instant profit as they get commission for everyone that gets bought through their newbie. That's well better than the pyramid schemes that I was in. In my defense, I was about, I want to say 22. Yeah, I think so. I think I was about 22 and I was so broke that to go to one of these like pyramid schemes that I was in, where I was like working sales, so you'd have to go to places and try to sell like things in like, you know, business to person, business to customer, business client, whatever it's called. I hid from my parents that it was commission only because I knew something was up, but I was just desperate for like a break, I was really desperate to not have to go back into hospitality and earn minimum wage whilst drunk people treat you like shit. And then afterwards I had to go back into hospitality and earn minimum wage whilst drunk people treat you like shit. So, you know, I really went full circle there. But I hadn't told my parents I was commission only because I was desperate. I desperately just wanted to buy into the lies of, you know, give it a year or so, you could be earning $6,000 a month. I had to borrow a bit of money from my sister. I don't know if I paid her back. Maybe I should. I probably should now. I've not really got any excuses. I'll text her after this. I had to borrow money from my sister to afford to get the bus to work. Like, as that. So broke that one time back on the bus, back home, I was on the phone to someone complaining about how hungry I was. Because I couldn't eat like properly, and I was eating like kind of crappy foods or whatever. And some little girl who was sitting on the bus, she overheard me like feeling like sounding miserable, and she gave me one of her chocolate bars. And I tried to refuse, but she was like, no, you can have this, and I almost cried. Anyway, yeah, pyramid schemes and MLMs are bad. Like all MLM schemes, if members do fail to make any money, the onus is on them. Why are you standing in your own way? Oh god, it's so true. They neg you so much. Is the title of one of the BAM training videos, which tells members, if you're not having success and you're not making money, it's because of you. With a company-wide focus on the law of attraction and law of attraction workshops in both the training program and at the retreat, Amelia and her team appear to undermine BAM members by implying that a negative energy mindset is the reasoning for lack instead of abundance. Therefore, allowing any criticism of Amelia and her organisation to be pushed aside by the charismatic leaders and her followers as simply being a symptom of an internal problem, not an external one. Indeed, in the tiniest small print at the bottom of their website homepage, it reads, "There is no guarantee that you will earn any money using the techniques and ideas in this material or on this website," which they say obviously to protect themselves, but what the fuck are you signing up for if it's not going to work? What's the point? The very point of an MLM or a pyramid scheme is to earn money and live a better lifestyle. So if you can't even promise that to your clients, then, well, I mean, they should see through that, shouldn't they? MLMs are very good at blaming recruits if they don't make any money, explains fraud expert James. You're made to feel that it's your fault because you're not trying hard enough. Some places even suggest that if you're not making sales, you buy more of the product, or they encourage you to pay for more of their training and be taught how to sell it or recruit people better. Alice was just 18 when she signed up to sell Kangen machines in 2017. She refuses to share her identity for fear that being associated with BAM could harm her current work within the wellness industry, as well as receiving any unwanted backlash from BAM fan community members for speaking out. At the time I was 18 and into a lot of new age fads, raw veganism, never tried, not interested. For anyone new to the channel, I say that as a junk food vegan. Living in Hawaii, crystals, and then the Kangen water, she says. Having just moved out of her childhood home, Alice, who keenly followed the wellness influencer set on social media, was eager to start her own business so she could support herself. I came across Kangen through Amelia Whelan's posts, and she was promoting it under another MLM scheme before she started BAM, she explains. Using her credit card, Alice bought the obligatory Kangen machine via social media from a woman called Maria, who at the time was also selling them under a different scheme. Since then, Maria has gone on to join the BAM fam, and now claims on social media to be one of their top sellers. 6-figure earner by 22, reads one of her Instagram posts. I purchased it from Maria after she had posted a contest for giving away cash if you paid towards a machine, she explains. I was 19 and she was much older than me. Only now I can see how manipulative that is. At the time I had suspicions of selling Kangen that it was an MLM, but the Maria... Did anyone fucking edit this article? It is long, Metro, so maybe it's a bit more than you're used to, but come on. But Maria assured me it wasn't because of how the pyramid structure was designed. I also really believed that I could start my own business with it, but the truth was I had no knowledge of water science and how to further investigate these sort of things. It took just a few weeks for Alice to see that she'd made a big mistake after she realised that she would be expected to recruit other young women like herself to purchase machines. I just didn't believe I had it in me to sell water machines. They were so expensive and I felt it was wrong to target young girls and sell them a 5k product for my own personal gain. Soon, Alice was getting hounded with daily invites from BAM members to join the movement under their mentorship. However, her main concern was the amount of debt the machine was causing her. At first, I was paying $320 a month, she explains. Having just moved out of my home, this was a lot of money that I had worked to pay off. I wasn't offered any help from Maria or anyone associated with Kangen, and when I reached out to her, I was told that I'd have to purchase another water machine as she was now in BAM and would have to join that group for advice on what to do next. Why would anyone need more than one water filter machine anyway? Isn't one enough? How much water are you drinking? I thought that was completely ridiculous and purchase another machine, as I already had one that left me in debt. The whole situation was so irritating and upsetting, and I certainly wasn't making any money from it. Eventually, Alice decided to call Enagic directly. I explained my situation to them and they ended up reducing my payment plan, she says. Following her experience, Alice is keen to warn other young women to avoid BAM and points to the dangers of their recruitment process. I wanted the lifestyle of sell water, do nothing, she admits, but I think I gradually matured and started to see more clearly what was actually happening. The dream of moving to Bali or Hawaii with these like-minded people got slammed with practical realities. I would say if you're considering joining BAM or selling Kangen, don't do it. These girls are selling machines to you because they want to recruit you and make easy money. They're targeting naive young women and that's just not right. Alice isn't the only one encouraging young people to stay away from BAM. Search online for the organisation, you'll come across several videos and articles from ex-members, content creators and YouTubers committing to protecting other people from BAM's dubious claims. Yeah, and what about me, the OG, with my video about being in a sales cult? So underappreciated wherever I go. According to James Bohr, it's very clear who the group is targeting as recruits. Young women who are savvy on social media, he says. Historically, women have always tended to be more likely to go for a scheme as they are more likely to need flexible work due to family commitments. Huh, simps. I would never. But take a look at Breakaway Movement. The demographic is younger women who want to live an insta-perfect life. One investigative video by YouTube channels Anna's Analysis, which lasts for just over 2 hours. Alright, yeah, fair enough, she deserves a mention. Well, I did one 2-hour video once, and it was on Shane Dawson, I'll never do it again. Wasn't worth it. Provides an in-depth critique of BAM's recruitment process, business model, and their peddling of conspiracy theories and fake news. If people make a lot of money in BAM, they have done so at the expense of others, says Anna in her deep dive called I Joined the Breakaway Movement So You Don't Have to. BAM isn't about selling a product, it's about selling the dream of being a rich full-time traveller, Instagram famous entrepreneur, something that most people will never attain, she goes on. Speak for yourself. Misinformation is rampant because they don't do sufficient research themselves. Their training isn't revolutionary like they say, it's manipulative, and anyone who joins may start talking differently, acting differently, and be adverse to hearing anything negative about the group. All signs of emotional manipulation. Cults. A clip of a former BAM member in the video, BAM member, it sounds like some sort of band from the 80s, I'm thinking of Wham, aren't I? Whose identity is protected, reveals that Amelia and the group are selling a lifestyle in order to sell a product. I didn't care at all about Kangen machines. I saw beaches and coconuts and I thought, I want that, says the former BAM member. After 1 month, I had one sale and I thought, why is this so hard? I felt like I was selling a dream and I felt so ashamed to have been a part of that. With Anna's video receiving over 670,000 views in just a few months, it's clear that there's a lot of interest in the way BAM works and their exploitative recruitment tactics. Not only that, but there's also been criticism of their tone-deaf marketing. While a video for The Vortex retreat may offer up a glimpse of paradise, behind those sandy beaches and endless tables of fresh fruit in Mentawais, Indonesia, 70% of island residents live below the poverty line and most have only very limited access to basic healthcare, unlike the non-native travellers who would be able to afford to pay if their health took a turn for the worse while visiting during a pandemic. And while BAM might distance themselves from the whole MLM by burying the fact that members are selling water filters, a distributor of the product who is based in the UK and wishes to remain anonymous, said that although they hadn't specifically heard of BAM, Kangen is an MLM and the distributors are actively trying to recruit other distributors while they sell the product. But these aren't the only concerns being discussed about the movement. A heavy dose of misinformation and conspiracy theories have also been discovered among the social media pages of their member. I instantly start smiling. Come on, give me the lizard people. Alongside pictures of Amelia and her partner Matt entwined under waterfalls and on beaches, you will discover posts from her telling followers to avoid all news outlets. Metro feels personally attacked there. And how she's been educating herself on health, diet, lifestyle, 5G, effects of heavy metals, air pollutants and toxins. It's like the horsemen of the Mumsnet apocalypse. There's even a list of BAM-approved media and information. What? Probably the David Icke forums right at the top there. Which includes books by the medical medium, a wellness author with no medical training who also claims to receive advice and guidance from divine spirits. It's like that meme of... Not meme. Well, it is a meme of some text in a book and then there's an asterisk and underneath it says, this appeared to me once in a dream, like this information. It's... foolproof, really. You can't argue against that. Spirits are telling you the truth about 5G. Who am I to dispute that? Who am I? Might be. Meanwhile, anti-BAM momentum also continues to grow. Videos and blog posts on the movement have views of over 100,000 across social media. This video better do that. And explore the cult-like dynamic of the group, the cult-like dynamic of the Alizee viewership, as well as the issues surrounding so-called influencer retreats more broadly. If any scheme tells you that you don't have to tell friends or family about it, then that should set alarm bells off, says James Bohr. MLMs like to isolate people so they begin to see their brand and other members as their family, the people to trust, but that couldn't be further from the truth. That's very true. At the sales cult I was in, it was very much like, hey, this Christmas, your family might start telling you that it's wrong that you're working only on commission and you should ignore that. And really, if they get too negative, you should cut those types of people out of your life. Yes, the manager said that. Yes, I thought that seems a little bit dramatic. Of course, without the support of loved ones, the deeper you get into a scheme like this, the harder it is to leave. It's a form of indoctrination, but unlike other groups that might work on the basis of fear, this one works with the belief of a better life. Just don't tell anyone who might be skeptical. I've had to help firms whose staff have ended up being embroiled in things like this, and it's essentially like trying to unpick brainwashing. My advice would be, if any scheme tells you to isolate, adds James, you should steer well clear. Someone commented, The Vortex, is that not one of the evil projects from one of the James Bond films? See? I thought that sounded a bit mental. There you go. Stay away from BAM. Don't work commission only at sales cults. Avoid groups where you can grow your own business, but first you must spend a couple £100 on this thing to grow your business. Stay away from all of that. That is my PSA for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, do remember to like and subscribe. I make new videos whenever I feel like it. Follow me on Instagram and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.